Arkansas State Senator Jason Rappert took to Facebook to give his brilliant anti-ISIS policy and analysis. He said, quote, "The quickest way to turn things around in territory captured by ISIS would be a strategically placed nuclear weapon. With ISIS spreading all over the Middle East and Africa and Islamic extremists carrying out violence in Europe, the United Kingdom, and even in the United States, I wonder why the civilized world just sits by when we have weapons that could wipe out these barbarians where they are concentrated." Let's pause here. The irony of this guy calling himself civilized and us civilized while calling for a nuclear strike is hilarious. He says, quote, "I believe it is time to annihilate the strongholds and pursue the rest till we have them all captured or killed. A strategically placed nuclear weapon would save the lives of our soldiers and quickly turn things around. It is time for the insanity to be stopped." Again, quite possibly the most ironic line ever at the end there. He's saying the insanity needs to stop as he calls for a nuclear strike. Okay, dipshit, let me see if I can explain this to him in a very simple way. There's no way you can nuke ISIS and not have tremendous numbers of civilian casualties. Do you not understand this? Do you not understand the way the Middle East is? Do you not understand what it looks like on a map? Do you not get that we would be essentially killing our own allies in many respects because they're in regions nearby? There's no nuclear weapon you could set off in the Middle East without affecting Israel. You dipshit. But that's not even, the only argument here against it. There's a trillion arguments against it. If you've seen any of the documentaries on ISIS, for example, Vice has many of them, and they're all fantastic. If you've read any of the articles on ISIS, you find out very quickly what they do is they go into towns in Syria, they go into places in Iraq, and they say, okay, now we're in control, and if you disagree with us, we're going to fucking behead you and kill you, and everybody else is subjugated underneath them. There are a lot of people in towns in Syria who don't really like ISIS, but they're dealing with them and pretending to like them because they're the people that have the weapons and are in control. How do you not know this? You're a lawmaker, you're a politician, and you have no idea about how this works? You have no idea that if you were to do a nuclear strike, our allies in Turkey would be affected? You have no idea that innocent people in Iran would be affected? You have no idea that you'd be killing Shiites and Sunnis who are innocent? Do you know nothing about the Middle East? Look at this fucking dipshit over here. And you do realize there are people from Jordan are doing airstrikes against ISIS and fighting ISIS. Egypt is now doing airstrikes against ISIS and fighting ISIS. Iranian Shiites are doing the same thing. Assad's regime, the Shiite and Alawite Assad, the leader in Syria, he's now attacking ISIS. Any attack in the area would affect all of these different regions. I mean, the guy is a lawmaker, and he's an absolute blithering idiot. And again, tell me how the civilized world needs to stand up and do a nuclear strike and kill hundreds of thousands of people. Oh, you're so civilized. This is the exact kind of thinking that we stand up against here on Secular Talk. The gross thinking of, we are the good guys no matter what the fuck we do. No matter what we do, we're good. Oh, the CIA can torture people and do anal rape and anal feeding, and we could do sleep deprivation, and we could do mock burials, and we could give people hypothermia. An innocent person died because we gave him hypothermia as a form of torture. We could do that, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. You can't even try us in court. When Japanese soldiers waterboarded our soldiers during World War II, we put them on trial and then found them guilty and put them to death. Meanwhile, our guys, George Bush, Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, the CIA, they call for torture, they do torture, they argue for torture, nothing. Nobody brought up on charges. It's okay, we're the good guys by definition. It doesn't matter, we can do whatever the fuck we want. We could nuke people, kill civilians, we could fucking target civilians like we did in Japan with us dropping the bomb, and it's okay, no, it's cool because we did it. It's cool because we did it, so it's cool. Every fucking empire throughout history has made the same argument and it's been equally wrong every single time. In fucking Nazi Germany, you think Hitler woke up in the morning, looked in the mirror and said, I'm a vicious cunt. I'm a real asshole, aren't I? No, he thought, oh, I'm doing the right thing for the good Germanic people, the Aryan people. I'm going to set up a superhuman race for the future and eliminate the people who are dragging humanity down. We are virtuous. We are just. If we do something supposedly immoral, it doesn't count because we're the good people. We're good by definition. This idiot, let's do a nuclear strike in the Middle East because we're civilized. No, you are the problem. You, sir, are the American ISIS. Do you not understand that? You are the American ISIS. You're just as bad as they are, except you might be worse. Because you have bigger weapons and more guns, and if you get power, God forbid what would happen if you get power. I mean, we already do too much fucked up shit with American power around the world. Imagine a guy like this becomes president. God, man, the thought of that would keep me up at night, that somebody who's this fucking stupid could get power in America. Oh, man. Oh, it would be so terrible. So when people saw that he said this and they responded to him, by the way, it wasn't even just liberals who were like, yo, like, calm down, man. It was also some conservatives who were like, okay, dude, whoa. Do you even realize what you're doing here? You know what he did when people were criticizing him? He said this, quote, seems liberals even love ISIS more than stopping them cold in their tracks. They truly amaze me with their anti-American arguments. Bizarre. Oh, I know, dude, I know. The most obvious mental cop-out, the most obvious intellectual cop-out in human history. When somebody brings up a good point to counter-argue your horse shit, what do? I guess you hate America. I guess you love ISIS because you disagree with me. I know, dude. Anybody who disagrees with you because you're so brilliant must agree with ISIS 100%. Do you realize that you're a dumbass? Do you realize that you have a low IQ? Do you realize that you should be nowhere near any position of power? You're not qualified to be a fucking janitor at an Arby's, you dipshit. Step the fuck down. You should not have any position of authority. You should not be a lawmaker. You should not represent anybody, including your family. I feel bad for your family, who has to look at the shit you say and go, oh, fuck, he's speaking again. Tell him to shut up, please. Somebody tell him to stop talking. He's making us look terrible. That's right. He is. You're a bad person. It's that simple.